Funny thing happened on the way to work today, guys. Had the old Cadillac out, but that's not where that thing goes. Here goes nothing. Let's see if we can scooter home and then figure out, how to get the exhaust back on the right side of the car. Welcome to Between the Sharks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the shop in its native state. It is nearly 9 o'clock. Got home from work. I am now soaking wet. The dog was very proud of herself because she got a fresh coat of paint on. For those of you that have dogs, I mean, she rolled in something absolutely vile that she was very proud of. So then I had to wash the dog, so I'm soaked. And the way the day started out, you notice the exhaust is on the wrong side of our Cadillac right now. So we scooted her home, took the truck to work, and here we are. We're gonna see if we can get the exhaust back on the right side of the car. If you find yourself coming home from work late at night with a dog covered in whatever she was covered in, and your 1967 Cadillac convertible with most of the exhaust system sitting in the passenger seat, these are good problems to have, my friend. You know what I mean? The alternative is maybe living life without a dog or having the exhaust fall out of your Hyundai Sonata. So, you know what? I am all right. Let's see if we can get this thing patched up, because we have a small section of spring weather right now in very early March. And this car is a pleasure to drive. Just barely broke it out for spring. It did great one day. Next day, the exhaust system fell out. It's not her fault. When I got the car, this exhaust system was in there, and it's not the worst. At least it's brand new. They just maybe didn't do it as good as they could have. I would say fix it more better later, but really just wait till it falls out again, and then we'll do it again. But for now, I just want this thing on the road in, carry the two, like 10 hours. And it shouldn't take us too long to do, but the quality of my work is going to reflect my need. I just want to drive the car. So let's shove it back in there. All right, let's go. All right, so I'm not an exhaust guy. That should not surprise anybody, but I don't think this was done right. I wasn't really done with all this glass out, but I did it anyway. All right. So here's what we're dealing with. It's poorly bent pipe shoved into the exhaust coupler sleeve that you buy at like O'Reilly's or, well, that's where I buy stuff, but whatever, your regular auto parts store. I really dragged this thing overall because it fell out like 4 times, 50 feet. And that's what asphalt will do to galvanize exhaust pipe. What would be smart is to go ahead and weld this seam and 86 these clamps, because obviously this thing comes out of the car as a unit. After the muffler, way back yonder, it goes up and over the rear axle and out. So I don't want to weld that back part on. I actually kind of like the clamp mechanism on the back side because it allows for removal. And I don't know why. I think it's just the way that I grew up working on cars. I did a lot of stuff wrong. So the ability to remove it and try again was pretty critical to me. Now that does not work for a lot of systems on a car. It's still, the prototype and the mock-up tend to be what I drive down the road, which is really what I guess this is. So I can't complain that much. In fact, I could probably buy this guy a beer. I think the thing to do is try to shove it back in the hole where it goes And then I'm gonna go ahead and just put a self-tapping screw in there, because I don't feel like welding this all in. This is not how I would have done it, but I would have left some kind of removable clamped sort of deal here. But I guess we got to take this off, shove this back in the hole, and then once that's tight and happy, we'll go ahead and work on the back end over. I can't make my hand, you know what I mean? That away. Wrong button. I am curious because I was pretty sure that since I've owned this car, it had an exhaust leak, but I thought it was right at the header. But maybe, I mean, I'm wishful thinking here, but it was this little feller. So I think it's sitting factory, but I think this exhaust, this quote-unquote custom exhaust, is lower than a factory one. I think we would have been tucked up right up here. All right, gang, so obviously I haven't bothered to even pull out a jack. We know from, I don't know how bad it's all scratched up, that it moved at least like an inch back. So I'm just gonna wang on these clamps here. Damn it, I'm an idiot. Gang, you gotta remind me to put this clamp on first. That's how this whole magic works. Crying out loud, we were getting somewhere. You guys just sat there quietly and let me do that like a moron. Now we've worked backwards. All right. Although, it actually just started sliding in there. Huh. All right, well, you know, that's a thing. Come on over here. All right. So here's what am I gonna do? I'm wearing that in pretty good. Is that enough of a fix to let us like take it to work for the next few days, completely forget about it, and then just drive it like normal for the rest of our lives? I'm gonna go with probably. What happens after the muffler? Oh no, wait, we got another step. We got another like cheater step. I'll show you the cheater step in a second. All right, so we've got it shoved back together. Here's my little top secret trick. Tech screws, self-tapping screws, sheet metal screws, whatever you call them, self-drillers. You know, if you shove one of these through there on the seam, I mean, obviously, if you're clamping your exhaust like that, you're not worried about leaks and sealing it and doing it right anyway. So one of these guys, a little fail-safe against those clamps like rattling loose. Now, if one of these fellers rattles loose, there's an 82.6% chance it's gonna end up in one of your tires. So when you get a flat, you'll find this thing and you'll know, hey, I think my exhaust is coming loose. I gotta put another screw in there. Nope. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's, you know, gonna get us to work tomorrow. I think, maybe, we'll find out. Funny thing about this, turns out I've been here before. I think I put that screw in years ago. All right, so 98.7% of the time, I would think a lift is a huge burden in a shop this small. I say that appreciating how much space I have. I'm just saying I'd be banging doors and crashing into it all the time. But right now, man, it would be super helpful. You know, I've also been a little too lazy to get a jack and a jack stand, which is, you know, hindering my progress. We'll get her done anyway. It's interesting. I don't think I realized this had a coil spring rear end. All right, I think I need a hammer. You know what? I've never even loosened these. I should loosen these. That's what I should do. All right, we're back. That's perfect. Great. Good shit. Because those hangers don't line up at all. Alright, gang, what we have here is some
living proof that mediocre work can actually hold up for quite some time. I've had this car on the road, I don't know, 5 years, driving it semi-regularly. But, now that it's gone full RUD, rapid unintended disassembly, it's quite clear that it was never together well in the first place. I mean, everything else I'm seeing under here is actually all right, but I'm not going to look too close, But the exhaust guy, man, he sucked raw eggs. Can't make good choices. That's normal anyway, but... Should have gotten a jack, but I was too lazy. I can't get this far enough away to drive a screw. I'm gonna go cross-eyed. Dang it. Son of a... Do we think we hit anything? I'm gonna give it a tug. Oh, I can't believe it, we did. All right, we got at least one screw in there, kind of got it shoved back in. So for now, the final trick, zip ties. The original exhaust hanger was some sort of like wide crown staple that was bent into a shape to do the thing. Can't say it was any better than this. Maybe it'll work tomorrow. Maybe we'll be throwing this right back in the front of the car and committing to doing it right, but not if we can help it. So let's get back under there and get her done. All right, gang. So if we can do something real janky like at least kind of triple it up. We got 3 zip ties up in here. So, if you're gonna do it janky good. Might work. Hell, I don't know. Getting a jack probably would have been smarter. Anyway, this has been tonight's accidental episode of Between the Sharks. If you guys can relate, don't take it too hard, It's having to put a little piece of a cool car back together so you can drive it on a bright sunny day is it's quite a luxury. So for all of us lucky folks that have these problems, cheers to you guys. For those of you guys that are thinking about getting an old car, don't let stuff like this discourage you, because after all, look at that. So it could be worse. Learn to laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you soon on Between the Sharks. Good luck on your projects out there, and may your exhausts not fall out on the way to work, no matter what you drive. Until next time.